Here's the Americans, Barry.
Handsome lot, they look as well, Keith. Look at them.
Johnny O'Mara there. Blonde bombshell, can we call him?
I think they're all pretty well blonde, aren't they, the Americans?
Yeah, Jim Gibson there, number 4. David Bailey, number 1, and Magoo doesn't really know where he wants to go.
I hope he realises he's got to do a bit better than that on the track.
1, 2, 3, 4. They're the team that's going to be that's going to be beaten today.
I think so. Very young-looking riders they are, of course. I expect now there's a few. Obviously, we see a few smiling faces, but I still think there's a few butterflies around there. So.
Well, ready for the off then, Barry?
Yeah, the gate's down there away.
Away they go.
So who's going to be first into the corner? The all-important corner.
It looks like Watley. It looked like to me. Yeah, it's Americans though.
Yeah, it's Americans.
First and second. And it looks like it's the first 5 or 6 places are dominated by Americans, English and Belgian riders.
Quite correct, Keith. Obviously.
There's Noyce though. Graham Noyce in quite a low position really. So
not like Graham.
No.
Obviously, the very, very much of importance is the start, especially on the sort of duration of the. If you can get a little bit of a cushion between you and the rest of the pack, it's all important because the body temperature will really build up at later stages.
Yeah, it really is a hot day here today, and look at the crowd. The crowd are enjoying absolutely every second of it. Although we're only half a lap over through the race, but we'll see now coming up for the leaders. We'll see who. Yeah, it's O'Mara from Magoo. So America 1 and 2, followed closely there by Watley, Gibson, Vroman. No, there's Vromans, Bailey and Thorpe.
So as we expected, it's the Americans at the moment from the English lads, and the English lads are doing very well.
Yeah,
at the moment,
exceptionally well.
At the moment, of course, the view's not being impaired by any dust, but I can't honestly see it staying that way, Keith, the way these big knobbies are ripping West German ground out this afternoon.
And there's something very unexpected there. That's Kees van der Ven, number 9 on the KTM, right at the back of the field. So there's something probably gone wrong with Casey's bike, or he may even have been knocked off. But Watley's really pushing hard. He's holding third.
Holding third
quite well.
As I say earlier on, when I had a little chat with him, he did seem very, very pleased with his machinery.
Yeah.
And that's half the battle, I think.
There's Hudson, the third of the British riders gone through.
There we have a real good shot of the massive crowd this afternoon. Really, really, really massive crowd.
There's Noyce, that's the 4th of the British lads through.
And the Red Rocket.
Quite lowly placed though.
Mind you, I think it's true to say, Keith, Graham's not had the best of years. Would you agree this year?
He's had his ups and downs, definitely. But let's see if it's still the Americans. It is, yeah. It's O'Mara from Magoo, from Watley, Gibson, Vromans.
Just shows you how closely they are packed.
And Everts and Bailey. And that pack's moving away. That's the first of the German riders through there. And there's Hudson on the Yamaha, just nipping in front of that 65 was, I think, Rolf Diefenbach.
Diefenbach it was indeed, Keith. But the pace is really beginning to hot up now in front. As I said, we had O'Mara in the lead from Magoo, from Watley. So there, obviously we said it would be the English, the Americans, and obviously the Swedes are going to come into contention a bit later on during the race, but at the moment the Swedes are really down. We haven't seen any Swede go through at the moment, Keith.
No, it's got to be the Americans, even at this early stage of the race. They've got 4 riders in the first 8.
That's right, and very accomplished riders they are too.
Yeah, and it's consistency that counts in this type of event.
That's right. Remember, only 3 of the 4 count. 3 of the 4 places only count in the points this afternoon. Yeah. Now, if they all follow each other in that line, and you watch the front wheelers, not one of the riders get out of line. Superb shot there. Already these big knobbies are beginning to rip out some sort of hollow now Obviously, if the front wheel gets a little bit out of line and the back wheel, then we'll have all sorts of trouble. And with them, whoops, one have had a line anyway, a little bit different line there. But as I was saying, once the front wheel gets out of the rut, obviously with it being so tight racing, then the one goes down, the whole pack goes down behind, because they really are in close contention.
It's Magoo's taken over the lead.
Magoo as expected, Keith.
Yeah, well, they said that he was going to be quick if he stayed on, and he's stopping on, and he was quick. O'Mara in second though, and Watley having a superb race.
That's right, there's not 5
But
seconds.
look at that. 3 Americans in the top 4.
And that's what counts, Keith. But don't forget, we've got two English lads up there
we're,
to it.
but we're still only at very early stages yet.
That's right.
Hudson goes through there on the 83 Honda, the 83 Yamaha.
Already?
I should say.
The same.
In September 82, and we've got the 83 Yamaha out already.
Seems to me, Keith, you're being paid by both camps this afternoon. But yeah, quite true, Keith. He is on the 83 Yamaha. And
there he is.
There he is. We had a little bit of a look in the paddock, didn't we, earlier on, and it...
yeah, very smart boy.
Very smart
indeed. There's George Joe Bay, number 7.
Very accomplished rider.
Yeah. Although not having the best of days.
No, he's a little way down, but it's only early stages. One foot comes off the peg there.
Henk van Mierlo, followed by Kees van der Ven, so 2 Dutch lads team racing.
That's right. The last one, of course, on a big KTM.
And big Jack van Veldhoven, 6'6", I think, on the KTM. But back with the leader there, Magoo. Magoo from, I think it'll be O'Mara.
It is indeed, it's O'Mara.
Yeah,
But
O'Mara.
Magoo's beginning to make a bit of an impression now over his counterpart. So will it be O'Mara, or will it still be Magoo?
Yeah, Magoo's through, so there O'Mara, followed by Watley.
Watley's pulled up, Keith.
Yeah, Watley's he's pushing all the way, and so
Dave
is Thorpe. It's like Bailey's lost a bit of his fender there at the front though, and Hudson out there on his own. Nobody near him except for and Diefenbach's pushing.
Yeah,
pushing his teammate there,
yeah. Look at the different style down the line.
Joe Bay through there.
Obviously, he's been watching him on different parts of the circuit, thinking, now where can I pitch just that 10th of a second off? And obviously, he's found it.
And nipped through.
That's right.
Magoo, just powering on. Nobody's getting anywhere near him.
Absolutely fantastic stylist as well.
There's the two English. Oh, Jeremy.
Jeremy put a bit of a foot wrong there, and it could have been
But it's still Thorpe and Watley, second and third. Followed, but they're pulling a little bit away from the Belgians and the Americans there.
But as I say, it's still.
But it's still for me the Americans.
That's right.
The Americans are the team. Still got 4 in the top 8,
And that's good enough.
That's
good
superb.
enough. That's right, it's good enough. But taking nothing away from the Brits, they're really trying hard.
Yeah, and there they are. Look, Watley and Thorpe go through.
And it's all about team tactics. And if they can keep out the.
There's the first of the Belgians.
That's
Everts. There's Bailey. Vromans we saw just go just in front of him. There's Gibson. Gibson being dropped a little bit though, I think.
Yes, he's beginning to feel the pace, I think, a little bit this afternoon.
Well, we are towards the latter stages of the race. There's Diefenbach really powering on. This guy's really charging at the moment. See, he's even past George Jobay.
That's right.
And passing George Jobay is no mean feat.
He's no slouch. Would at this particular time in the racing, Keith, would shocks be going off the boil a little bit, you think?
Well, in this heat and this pace, things are bound to start to feel the wear and tear of. Well, it's an amazing course.
That's right. Not only man but also machine.
Yeah. There's Magoo goes through again, really throwing that dirt there.
Obviously, he knows the back end sliding a bit, so when that starts.
Thorpe and Watley trying absolutely everything they know, but just can't get near him.
No.
There goes Vromans, there goes O'Mara. Sorry, that's the wrong way around. That was Everts, O'Mara and Vromans. The 8 and the 6, very difficult to pick out.
I think you better pick your glass up again, Keith.
So still with the leading 3. There's Watley.
As Jeremy Watley goes over the skyline.
There we see O'Mara, and O'Mara being pushed all the way there by Vromans, number 6, number 1 Bailey, and there's Hudson pushing Gibson.
So Neil's got back in the hunt again.
But there's Diefenbach.
There's the Germans.
And of course Diefenbach's going to be pushed all the way by this very
partisan crowd.
Yeah. To the finish.
That's right, and the finish we've just
finished. Yeah. So it's Magoo from Thorpe, Watley, 3rd man, 4th man is Vromans, O'Mara, Everts. There's Diefenbach's past Bailey. He's past 2 of the Americans.
Well, just to reiterate what we said earlier on, we thought it'd be between the Americans, the Brits and the Belgians, and it's just proved the case.
Yeah.
It was, in the end.
There we go. So the Americans did tend to fade a little bit in the latter stages of the race.
That's right.
And of course the crowd having a well-earned rest. But there we see the results. Danny Chandler, of course,
Mr. Magoo
first, followed by Dave Thorpe and Jeremy Watley from GV. Harry Everts up into 4th, followed by Johnny O'Mara in 5th and Andre Vromans 6th.